Hey guys, it's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am going to be sharing a one brush eyeshadow look. Now I got the idea for this video actually when I was filming my version of the If I Could Only Keep One tag. And at the end of that video, I talked about if in a hypothetical world I could only keep one brush for the eyes and one brush for the face. For the eyes, I had actually chosen the Real Techniques base shadow brush. Now I think that this brush is only available in a set. If I can find it sold individually, I will link that below, but I'll definitely link the set below. In that video I said I would really like to challenge myself to create an eyeshadow look with just one brush. And one of you guys actually commented and said that you would like to see me do that in a video. And so I've been really excited to film this. So this brush is a really unique shape. It's a flat brush, it's pinched in, so it is flat, but it's also fluffy and tapered. So you can use this to pack shadow on the lid because of how tapered it is. You can really pick up a lot of product on the side. But it's also, a little bit on the fluffy and wispy side, so you can also use it to blend out product in the crease. You could pretty much use this brush for everything, and I am going to show you that in today's video. So I'm about to zoom you guys in and show you guys how I got this eyeshadow look. It's a very neutral look, but I think it's also a pretty complete look, and I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshells quad for it. It's a very basic quad, but the reason why I chose this is because it's very straightforward, but at the same time it has pretty much everything you need for a full eyeshadow look. And for me personally, I think on average, I tend to use about 4 shadows in an eyeshadow look, and I think that's kind of what a lot of us do. So this quad has a shimmery pink eyeshadow shade, a kind of shimmery white brow bone highlight kind of shade, and then a matte beige transition color, and a kind of deeper brown crease color. It's also great for kind of defining the outer corner and even lining the lower lash line. So I'm going to zoom you guys in and show you how I got this look. I typically like to start with the transition color. I've already primed my lids with the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation primer, or not foundation primer, eyeshadow primer. So I'm just going to start with the transition shade. I'm mainly going to focus the brush, the tip of the brush in this shadow, because I think that'll help it blend the best. And I'm just going to start blending that into the crease, and I'm going to sort of slowly build it. I'm starting by holding the brush kind of pointed vertically, and then I can start to turn it sideways and blend it a little bit further up above the crease. Thinking that'll be the best way to do this. So now that I've got that transition shade finished, I do have a rag in front of me that I'm just going to kind of wipe off the brush, just to kind of get that excess powder off of there. So I think I'm actually going to go from lightest to darkest now, because I think that'll be the best way to keep the shadows from interfering with each other on the brush. So I'm going to go now into the brow bone shade, and I'm just going to take that on the flat side of the brush, and I'm just going to highlight the brow bone like I normally would, tapping off the excess first. Next I'm going to take the eyelid shade, again just on the flat side of the brush, and I'm just going to pat this onto the lid, mainly focusing it on the center and the inner third of the lid. Now, this is the step that I was most worried about, because since the brush is a little bit more on the fluffy side as opposed to like a nice flat dense shader brush that you would normally use to pack shadow on the lid, it probably is going to give a slightly more diffused look, so I will have to build a little bit more than what I normally would with a regular shader brush, but I think it'll still work just fine. So this is the second time I'm kind of going over that. I also want to take that into the inner corner, and for that I am kind of turning the brush sideways and dipping the side of the brush into the shadow. That way I can be a little bit more precise in the inner corner. And that's perfect, actually. I like that. And now it's time to use this brown crease color. So I'm going to start by just kind of patting this onto the outer third of the lid and then start to blend it up into the crease and kind of the outer V area. So I'm just taking this on the flat side of the brush. I'm just going to slowly build this into the outer corner of my eye. And then I'm going to flip the brush upwards and start to work that product into the crease. Again, slowly building. I don't want to put too much on all at once. So that's definitely starting to create a nice, defined outer corner of the eye, creating a really nice shadow there. I feel like this brush particularly does a really great job at this step because it's so nice and fluffy that it really does a great job blending. So now for the part that might be a little bit tricky, I do want to take this brown crease color and smudge it on the lower lash line. I typically like to use an eyeshadow as my lower liner just because I feel like it looks a little bit more natural. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just take it on the very tip of the brush. Okay, so I think that is the finished eyeshadow look. Now I'm going to go ahead and do liner and mascara off camera, and then we will be back to just kind of take a look at the finished product here. Okay, so I just got done lining my upper lash line with the Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner in Serum and Ultra Black. This is my just everyday liquid liner. I also lined the waterline with the Jordana 12-Hour Made to Last eyeshadow pencil in Continuous Almond just to kind of brighten that area. I've actually been enjoying doing that the past couple days. So I did that because I wanted to really like open up my eyes, and then I also, for mascara, I just used the one that I've been using daily, and it's the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Mascara. And then I also went with a red lip because I really like to do a red lip or a bold lip with a neutral eye look like this. So anyway, that is the finished look. I think it's really a cool idea to try to get a full eyeshadow look with just one brush. It's great if you are in a hurry and maybe you don't have time to grab a whole bunch of brushes. Maybe you get ready really early in the morning and you just want to simplify your routine as much as possible. It's also great if you like to travel and you want to just pack as light as you can and bring just one brush and one eyeshadow product and that's it. I mean, this takes up hardly any space in a makeup bag. I hope that this was fun to watch and I hope it was helpful in some way. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you will subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!